Hey guys, it's Rob, and thanks for tuning in. So as you can tell, I am back to my traditional opener, my three-gate into expansion, or whatever you want to call it to use some Protoss lingo there. Had a couple comments on my on me stroking the ring of power, how incredibly dirty that sounded. I also had another friend that said that she thought it was a little bit creepy, but thought it was funny. So it's awesome. I love to hear when people comment on this. I totally do this because I want to share things with you. I want to share things that I've read, seen, whatever. So comment on my videos. Do a video. I've never had a video comment. A video comment would be amazing. Maybe someone could be the first video comment. And if it's a negative video comment, if you think I am terrible, let me know and I will try to be better. You can also post comments on our forum because our forum is now ready. I know I've been talking about this for several weeks now and maybe even leading up before then. On Friday, we officially launched our forum. There's already, I think there's 8 or 9 of us on there already. We've already got some forum games going, some topics going. If you're reading this, you haven't had a chance yet to check out the forum. The forum will now be in my little credits at the end of the show, and I will also put it in the show links. It's posted on the web, on the blog. It's on kind of our most recent blog roll too. Check the forum out, get discussions going. Awesome times. The forums are great, and they are one of the best ways to actually chat with other people about movies and games and all those kind of things. So I heard something today that kind of shocked me, surprised me a little bit. Apparently, and this is quite rumorish, so I don't know if there's any validity to it at all, but it sounds like PlayStation's releasing PS4 next year. Now, I know a lot of you are probably like me, you're like scratching your head, doing the eyebrows, all those crazy things. But Rob, PlayStation's just spent all that time getting the Move. Yeah. I just really should do my research. The Move, and PlayStation has a Blu-ray and other systems don't. And they've just redone the network and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm a little surprised too. They also kind of said when they were kind of promoting the PS3 that this is going to be a console that's going to be out for a while. You won't have to, in 2 or 3 years go buy another console. So maybe this is just someone, April Fool's Day, someone leaking it, or maybe PlayStation is going to be putting out something like a Kinect. Something that's more of a visual, not visual, but more like motion control, not actually physically moving the control. Who knows? Still rumor stages. I will definitely keep you updated because I am a PlayStation man, and I know a lot of my friends and viewers on here are also PlayStation people, and I don't want to have to buy a new console for a while. So I'm hoping that that's not actually the case. Continuing on with my series I've been doing about my favorite video or sort of favorite superheroes and supervillains of the sort of comic book genre. Last week I did Harley Quinn. You can see her right there. This week I'm going to do my number 5 hero, and I thought there was no better way to introduce this hero than to do a new T-shirt too, because I'm also going to do a T-shirt of the week as well. So I got this one while I was away of the last couple weeks, and it's a classic. Boom! Just a simple whoa-wee. Just a simple Batman. Just the chest, just like Batman wears. Black shirt. Really one of the most simplest kind of geek shirts you can get. So Rob, why is Batman number 5? What makes him better than everyone else and as worse as for others? Well, for Batman, there's kind of a lot of things going. To start off with the negatives, I'm not particularly a fan of his character. It's maybe a little bit gimmicky that he relies on sort of wealth and technology to beat opponents that you think would be far superior in physical strength. Although it's a lot of his villains don't have that, but he's also fought people within the DC universe that have superior strength, and somehow Batman keeps kind of winning or even staying evolved. So that for me kind of makes him a little lower down. Why I like Batman? Well, two of the biggest reasons is we'll start for the first one. It's sort of the visual material that we have for Batman, the TV shows, the movies. I mean, obviously, it goes right back to the 1960s, Adam West Batman. I watched it in reruns as a child. My mom would rush home from school to watch that Batman. I mean, it's totally cheesy, campy. I mean, Batman dancing like this when he ordered his orange juice and the Joker drugged it, and sorry, the Riddler. Just totally cheesy, campy, but at the same time, an awesome superhero show that was on well before, a lot of these shows that made it into our minds. I mean, if you fast forward a little bit, I guess the 70s and 80s were maybe a little bit of a dark time for the Dark Knight. But you go into the 90s and you've got those 90s movies. And sure, some of them are pretty bad. Like the, Mr. Freeze, cool, ice, cold, cool you off. All those things, right? Terrible as Mr. Freeze. Bad movie. But some of the earlier ones, Jack Nicholson as the Joker, and lots of people like Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Those '90s movies were not that bad either. Um, Also in the '90s, you had the Batman cartoon, the '90s Batman animated series, brilliant series. Mark Hamill as the Joker, like great Joker voice of Mark Hamill. A lot of really interesting series. I mean, obviously introduced us to Miss Quinn, which we've already talked about. So, and then of course, fast forward to now, we have the Batman movies done by Nolan. I mean, Heath Ledger's Joker, which is absolutely amazing, and a very different spin, and even a darker spin on a character that's already quite dark when you compare him to his fellow comic book characters. So we have those movies too. So that was sort of one of the reasons why I like Batman. It's just that plethora, that canon of movies and TV shows, and building that character, that character development over time, and also over the TV shows and the movies that you don't necessarily get with superheroes or villains or whoever haven't had that same canon of work to see. Now, another reason I really like Batman, and it's actually going to bring me up to the question of the week, is because there are some absolutely amazing graphic novels, or as you could say, comic collections, that feature Batman. And we're just going to do my question, and it's basically, what is your favorite Batman graphic novel, comic collection, etc., etc., etc.? I'm just going to suggest 4. These are the 4 I think that kind of stand out for me, at least. 3 of them are certainly very well known, and some of them are even, on most people's top 10 graphic novels of all time. I'm actually going to do them kind of in chronological order, if you will. It'll kind of make sense. So, first one is Batman Killer Joke. This is done by Alan Moore and Tim Sale. Tim Sale was also known for working on some of the hero stuff. This is a possible Joker origin story, and it's kind of very interesting because, it deals with that, and it's Alan Moore, so it was quite dark for the Batman. It's not a very thick read too. Definitely, if you get a chance, go look this up. This is a possible Joker origin story. Very good read. Really develops both their characters and their relationships, and they come to a realization about their relationship. This one is probably least known of the 3, but this is Batman the Man Who Laughs Last, and I believe it's by Ed Brubaker. And you can see people who do some other things here. This almost takes up after Killer Joke, and it dives into Joker's beginning his crime spree and the relationship with Batman, and it just dives into more about that. Lesser known than some of the other ones. Still very good, and you do get, I believe you get an appearance by a certain Ring character in there. Maybe Hal Jordan, maybe somebody else. We'll let you figure that one out. This one's kind of next in the canon. It's hard to say chronological exactly because, they're all by different authors and different things. This is Batman Year One. This is by Frank Miller, and you can see the artists and stuff there. This actually deals with the beginnings of Batman's relationship with I think it's Lieutenant Gordon when he first comes, but when he becomes Commissioner Gordon, and his time with Batman, how that's promoted and that sort of thing. Another really awesome read that brings to light another Batman character and Batman's relationship and Batman through different times. And the final one, and regarded by many as the best Batman thing ever written, and by some is even maybe even rivaling Watchmen. Like a lot of people put it in their top 5 thing. And this is also by Frank Miller. You may recognize him. He is of Sin City fame. This is Batman The Dark Knight Returns. And you can see there that you get a few other characters. It's hard to see, but you do get an appearance from the Man of Steel, and I believe Wonder Woman makes an appearance in this. And this is really fast forward. So Batman is quite old now. He's sort of almost, I guess you would call it retirement age, and Gotham is just completely overrun by this gang, and Batman kind of comes out of retirement and fights this gang, and you ultimately see a climax, I guess you would call it, in the confrontation between Batman and the Joker. So those are just 4. I know there's other ones. There's I think Joseph Loeb does some Batman. I want to say Hush. Could be wrong though. But those ones really develop Batman's character almost, from the you almost want to call it the beginning to the end. Great time scale. It's that graphic material from Batman that really makes him, for me, number 5 on my list. So what do you think? What's your favorite Batman sort of collection, graphic novel, TP, whatever it is you want to call it? Let us know. I'm actually going to put a little poll on the message board because we have that ability now. So let us know on the message board, on the comments, all of those things. Well, once again, I thought I was going to do a short one, and it's turning out to be 10 minutes. So I will say, so say we all.